Hey, what is going on, TRG Fam? As you can see, I'm back. The king is back. And in today's video, I am going to be talking about a little bit why I left. Just got some background footage in the background. We're recording everything live on League of Legends. They have a new game mode called Brawl. Haven't played too much of it. It is pretty fun from what I have played, but we're going to get into it, and I'll just kind of talk through things as we get into game. Alright, so I am playing Brand here today. Let's go way down. So, yeah, to kind of explain where I've been over the last couple of years.
Where have you been?
Things have been fairly trying for me overall. So basically, I'm trying to think. So, a lot of you guys know I started my streaming career in September of 2020 and had been streaming off and on for about a year on Mixer throughout 2020 and 2021. And when Mixer announced that they were shutting down the platform, I can't lie, it really bummed me out. So it took me a long time to kind of come to grips with the fact that this following that I had gained, and I didn't have like a huge audience. I had like 7,000 followers. I mean, it wasn't insane, but I was at very minimum Whoa! Oh, I'm dead. At the very minimum, I was enjoying my time. I had a decent audience. I had a lot of repeat followers on my streams. And it was difficult to try and make that transition over to Facebook. And I did not have a good time. I was able to build a decent audience on Facebook for about, the 6-7 months that I streamed over there. But eventually, it got to the point where I wasn't gaining any viewers because of the changes Facebook was making. And it just made it harder and harder and harder to grow a brand. So, of course, a lot of you guys know, I ended up switching from Facebook over to Twitch. That lasted like a whole 2 streams. And then I ended up making my own way over here to YouTube, which I had never like actually sat down and run dedicated video making time like I am going to start doing now. It's not that it never interested me, it's that I really never had the ability or the means to do so. What ended up happening between the end of 2021 when I called it quits, got really discouraged, just stopped doing it, right? And now was, to say a lot of things, that would kind of be an understatement, because my life has changed drastically. So, at the end of 2021, I decided that I was going to bet on myself and start my own business. And I left a company that I had been working for almost 5 years. And in doing so, I was hoping that I was going to free up some more time to be able to do the things that I wanted to. You little bitch. To do the things that I wanted to. That didn't end up working out the way that I thought it was going to. Because my business flopped, I got highly discouraged with just about everything in my life. I just absolutely blew them the fuck up. And that, it hit me. It hit me really hard that for the first time in my life, I actually truly failed at something. And that failure really did a number on my depression. Now, this is also something that I don't think I've ever talked about publicly. I've been diagnosed with clinical depression and anxiety since I was about 19 years old. But I've struggled with it for most of my life. So, I generally am not out in public. I of course work a job and everything like that, but we'll get into that here in a minute. So, because of this bout of depression, I ended up making a life-altering decision, and that was that I was going to move away from Nebraska, which I had only been away from a couple times in my life. And I moved down to the wonderful state of Tennessee. Sarcasm, by the way. Not to hate on any of my Tennessee viewers, but it was not for the Midwesterner in me. Because it was not for the Midwesterner in me. That first year that I was in Tennessee was probably the single worst year of my life. I couldn't find a job. I ended up getting up to my heaviest weight I'd ever been at almost 400 pounds, 385 to be exact. And it's just all around it was an awful time. And so I ended up struggling even worse with my depression. Oh god, I am fucking... yeah, I'm dead. I didn't have flash. I thought I had flash. No, I didn't. I knew I didn't have flash because I used it in the last fight. So, because of the fact that I was struggling so much with my depression, just things started to spiral. It started to escalate and get worse and worse and worse for myself. And so, what ended up really, like, kicking things into gear for me was my brother and his fiance came down to Tennessee to visit. And while they were there, my brother asked me to be the best man at his wedding, which I knew was going to happen eventually because he and I had kind of always talked about, like, hey, you know, this was going to be a thing. We were going to be each other's best man. And so, because I knew that was coming already, I wasn't like, it's not like it surprised me. It didn't take me by surprise. But it put a lot of things into perspective. I needed to change and get better for the benefit of my older brother and his fiance. And, well, now sister-in-law. And so, because of that, I recentered myself. I focused in on just about everything in my life. And I ended up losing about 120 pounds. 40 of which I've gained it back, but we'll go into that later. And because of that, yeah, there's nothing I can do. I just get jumped on by a Shen. They just have so much. They just have so many tanks, it's impossible. And I'm building anti-tank, dude. Ended up coming back to Nebraska for my brother's wedding. And while I was here, I ended up getting a really good job offer for the company that I work for now. And things just really started to turn around for me.
Let's see how they like
and so, when things started to look up for me, I just made the conscious decision that I was going to force myself into a better situation mentally, physically, financially, and all of which happened. Holy shit, I actually got the kill, and then I died. Dude, getting jumped on by 17 characters that have CC the way that they do is crazy. So, what ended up happening after I moved back was I had to kind of bounce around from people's houses to stay somewhere because I didn't have my own money, didn't have a place to stay. So I ended up getting to the point where now I have my own place, my own space to do my own things, which is awesome. And I am able to start recording again, just like this. GG's. To kind of finish up this incoherent rambling that's been going on for about the last 10 minutes here. What ended up happening was I got my finances straight. I got my mental health straight. I'm working on getting my physical health back to where it should be. And I'm ready to take that next step. I'm ready to take the plunge again, throw caution to the wind, and get back into streaming and recording. So I made that decision this Monday, and it kind of just hit me like that itch that I needed to scratch. And so, yeah, I made that decision, and the way that things are going to work from here, because I don't really want to interfere with my career. And I work Monday through Thursday. So the way that it is going to be for now is on Fridays, I am going to be recording. Saturdays, I'm going to be releasing a video. And then Sundays, I will be streaming when I get home from church. Haven't really given a time, like an exact time yet as to when things are going to be released, but that's essentially how it's going to go. So we are going to be starting back streaming again, dedicated, this Sunday, November 2nd, probably sometime in the afternoon. And probably going to be playing Battlefield. Might play some other games, not 100% sure. Definitely going to be on the Battlefield grind because that game is incredible. I can't wait to get some footage for you guys because it's insane, and I am loving every second of it. So if you guys made it to the end of the video, I did just want to say thank you very much for sticking with me for as long as you have. I know it's been years since I put out any content, but I'm ready to really hit the grindstone and get things going again. I want to try and get back to where I was on Facebook and on Mixer, and I think that YouTube is the platform to do it. So like I said, going to be releasing new videos on the weekends, probably some shorts intermittently throughout the week, streaming on Sundays, and then we will be getting back into things this weekend. So I do appreciate it, guys. If you made it all the way here, thank you so much for watching today's little blurb on what happened, and I hope to see you guys at the stream this Sunday. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit that notification bell to get notified every single time I go live and post any content on the channel. And of course, I will leave you all with this. As always, Turgermeisters, much love, Ted out.